Good morning, everybody. Christine Barconi here in the NBC4i Streaming Center live with Secretary of State Frank LaRose. And we want to get a message out to you guys all today, and we want to be very clear that we have an urgent need here in Ohio for people to sign up as poll workers. Secretary of State, can you talk about that and how urgent this need is and why these poll workers are so very important?
So last year we had a huge success story, and really one of the things that made Ohio the best in the nation was that we had 56,000 patriotic Ohioans that signed up to be poll workers. But the need exists this year profoundly, and so we are putting out the help wanted sign. We're asking for people to sign up and be a poll worker. And of course here, the help that you're providing is help to defend democracy, help to make sure that your neighbors have the opportunity to cast their vote in a free and fair election. We have counties all over Ohio that are still working to recruit poll workers. Of course, Election Day is November 2nd. We're about 17,000 short right now, given the most recent numbers. And so we need to make sure that we have enough people to staff those polling locations. That means Republicans and Democrats. The place to sign up is at voteohio.gov. You go to our website, voteohio.gov/defenddemocracy. That'll take you exactly to the sign up form. Your county board of elections will then contact you. They'll sign you up for training. That's usually done in the evenings or on the weekends. They'll give you 3.5 hours of training. They'll assign you to a polling location. Of course, you'll be paid for your day's work, but more important than that, you're going to be doing an important patriotic duty to help make sure that Ohio can continue to be an example for the rest of the nation with free and fair elections.
So let's talk about who is eligible. Of course, we need Republican and Democratic poll workers, but also if you are 17 and a high school senior, you can sign up as well. And we know many schools, because they are polling locations, they have the day off for today. So it's kind of a win-win maybe.
We call this program Youth at the Booth, and it was a huge success last year. We had thousands of 17-year-old high school seniors that signed up to do this. It's a great civics lesson, first of all. You're going to learn a lot about how elections really run, and unfortunately, there is so much false information out there, so you can become a real elections expert and understand really how secure and accurate Ohio's elections are by signing up to be a poll worker. But also think about this, Christine. In a time when a lot of colleges are not looking at ACT and SAT scores because of the pandemic and other things, this is a great way to distinguish yourself from other applicants. If you have on your college application that you served as an election official in your hometown, in your home county, I think that'll be a cool thing to distinguish you. There's also other collaborations that we're working on, and it's so important that we've been able to collaborate with other community partners around the state. What this means is that we've worked with the Ohio Supreme Court to make sure that lawyers can receive continuing legal education credits. So you can get CLE credits if you're a lawyer for signing up to be a poll worker. We've done the same thing with the accountants, with realtors can get continuing education credits. And recent news is that folks who work as social workers can get their continuing education credits. I've been reaching out to my fellow veterans and veteran groups to ask veterans to keep their oath, to continue keeping their oath to preserve and protect the Constitution. Whether you hung up the uniform years ago or decades ago, a way to continue keeping that oath to preserve and protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, is by signing up to be a poll worker. So for veterans, we call it a second call to duty. These are all great reasons to do it, and just another way that we're trying to make sure that Ohioans sign up to be poll workers.
Absolutely. And can you talk about also, because we know many retired people, senior citizens like to sign up as well. Can you talk about the health and safety aspect as well, if they're maybe a little bit worried about being around a bunch of people, while COVID is still prevalent here in the state?
Absolutely. The safety of our voters and the safety of our poll workers is a top concern. And obviously last year we set the standard for that. When I told voters last year that if you feel safe going to the grocery store, you should feel safe coming to the polling location, we delivered on that promise, and that'll be the case again. If you feel safe going to the grocery store, you should feel safe working at the polls or going to vote at the polls on Election Day. All of the right health and safety protocols will be in place in accordance with the county Board of Health, and of course our county boards of elections work with their local health authority to make sure that's the case.
Awesome. We've got lots of good comments here on Facebook. Lisa saying that she'll help out, and then she'll sign up in her Worthington area. I know I was talking to some relatives last night telling them, about this interview, and they said that they were going to sign up as well. So hopefully we can get 17,000 more Ohioans to sign up. Tell us where we can find that information again, and how much of a time commitment this is for the poll workers who do sign up.
Yeah, so the place to sign up is at voteohio.gov/defenddemocracy, voteohio.gov/defenddemocracy. We picked that URL very intentionally because you will be doing just that, defending democracy, when you sign up to be a poll worker. You can also call 877-SOS-OHIO. 877-SOS-OHIO is our hotline, or you can call your county board of elections. But the easiest way to do it is at voteohio.gov/defenddemocracy. And again, the time commitment is that you're going to get the training. So you're going to become an elections expert. And I don't want to gloss over that. This is a time when there's false information out there about elections. If you really want to be an elections expert, if you want to be able to tell your friends how secure and how accurate Ohio's elections are, signing up to be a poll worker will arm you with that information. They'll give you about 3 hours of training. You're paid for your training time. And then you're assigned to a polling location, probably pretty close to home, certainly within your county. And you'll work all day on election day. It is a long day, but that's what coffee's for, right? And so you'll put in that long day on election day. You will be on the front lines of these local elections and making sure that Ohio continues our long tradition of making sure that our elections are both accessible and convenient, but also secure and honest.
As two people who work all day on election day, we can attest that the day goes by very, very fast. Also, one more good question. Shell in our comments here on Facebook is asking, do you have to be a registered voter to sign up to be a poll worker?
Yes, So you do have to be a registered voter, except for those 17-year-olds that can sign up. Of course, they're not eligible to be a registered voter yet unless you're going to be 18 by election day. And so you have to and you also have to do your poll working duty in the county where you live.
All right.
But again, voteohio.gov is the place to sign up, and we're putting out the help wanted sign. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Secretary of State LaRose. We really appreciate it, guys. Everything that the Secretary of State just said will be on our website, NBC4i.com. We also have that link to sign up and to learn more about becoming a poll worker. We are very close to election day, and to make sure it goes smoothly, we need more poll workers. So get out and sign up. We'll see you later, Secretary LaRose. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you.